himself. Our first guest this evening is a Postal Service subcontractor from the state of Wisconsin who has come forward charging that postal workers backdated 100,000 mail-in ballots so they could be illegally counted. Joining us now is Ethan Pease. Ethan, good to have you with us. And again, thanks for having the courage to step up and make your what happened known to the American public, because we're seeing more and more of these circumstances and eyewitnesses to what are crimes against the country step forward. But you did it very early in your role. Tell us, if you will, give us the timeline as you were driving mail from one facility to the Postal Service, what you saw, what happened.
Well, starting in September, October, I began to take mail-in ballots from my facility, United Mailing Services, usually called the UMS, to the Postal Service in Madison, Wisconsin. When it began, I was happy to be a part of the election and, you know, playing such an important role, making sure that ballots were moving. Mm-hmm. As things led up to the election, you know, mail-in ballots started to dwindle a little bit. And on November 2nd, the day before the election, I actually had one ballot in the tub to take to the Postal Service. And then on the day of the election, I had no ballots to take. So I thought that was the end of it. And, you know, I was very happy that I played my part. However, on November 4th, when I returned to the post office, I spoke to the lobby manager, and he asked me if I'd forgotten ballots the night before on election night. I told him no. I had double checked just to make sure that there were absolutely none to take. And he told me that an order came down to their postal facility from the Wisconsin-Illinois chapter of the Postal Service to look for 100,000 missing ballots. And he said that they sent employees out around 4 a.m. that morning, November 4th, to gather up ballots from their partner facilities, including mine. And he said that they found 7 or 8 ballots at my facility, which totally threw me off because, you know, there were no ballots the day before. So I had no idea where those could have come from.
7 or 8, but they were looking for 100,000.
Yeah.
And how did they express the fact they were trying to backdate these ballots?
Well, I returned to the post office lobby on November 5th as part of my certified mail run that I would do every day. And I spoke to a different employee this time, and I just asked her, you know, those ballots the other day that were forgotten, I'm not going to get in trouble for them, because I was worried that I might have forgotten ballots and that it was going to come back down on me. And as you could tell, I was very happy about playing such an important role. She told me that, no, you shouldn't get in any trouble as long as they made it into election officials with the postmarked for the 3rd. And then she kind of hesitated for a moment and said, that's why they had us do that. And that's when it really clicked that, oh, I see, they had to backdate all of the ballots that they gathered up for them to get in on time.
And do you have any idea where those ballots would have come from that they were backdating? Or if, in fact, they were backdating it?
Well, they said that they gathered them from their partner companies, which includes my partner company. But I just, realistically, that doesn't make sense that they would find 100,000 missing, especially if there were only 7 or 8 at my partner company. Just none of it really added up.
Well, let me ask you this. We've heard from the Attorney General himself that there are just no instances of widespread instances of electoral fraud. And we're now finding, going from state to state, including Wisconsin, hearings talking about what has happened. Whistleblowers like yourself standing in front of cameras recounting incident after incident involving what appears to be approaching at least 1 million votes. Certainly the possibility it'll be more than that. What is what was the reaction to authorities to your coming forward? The FBI, the Department of Justice, your state authorities.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure. I came forward to godfreedom.org, and that kind of led me to where I am now. But as of right now, I don't know if it's being looked into or not.
But you haven't been contacted by any law enforcement agency, the Department of Justice or its election crimes unit, no one of that sort?
Not that we can verify, no.
Amazing. Well, Ethan, thanks for stepping forward. We appreciate it, and we thank you for standing up for the integrity of the election. We appreciate it. All Americans do.